Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Puzzle Agent 2. Let's continue the story. So we're trying to get the missing persons case file from the sheriff, who apparently is at the Moose Diner. Let's look at this missing persons thing.
Daryl's disappearance has got to be tied into all of this somehow.
So until we have that missing persons case file, we can't solve the puzzle and move forward, but that may be the entire game. So we don't really know, but we see the obvious path here. So let's go forward and enter the diner. So here's Gloria, who tried to kill me by chainsawing the ice around me. Here's the sheriff who tried to kill me by pulling a gun on me. And I'm just walking in this whole facility like perfectly fine. Let's grab these pieces of gum. Yeah, that's the right response. Just walk right back out. I didn't mean to actually do that. And then he kind of makes this cough, but he doesn't actually cough, or is it a yawn?
The place just isn't the same without the Daryls, boxing up insects and being generally annoying.
Here's the crazy guy that flies gnomes. Let's talk to him first. Side quests before we do story quests.
Oh. Hi, Steve.
You're that FBI agent. Grapples?
Tethers. Have you seen Isaac Davner around town?
Davner? The old eraser factory foreman? Oh, nobody's seen him since the incident.
There seem to be a lot of missing persons cases around Scoggins.
Yeah? Stuff happens.
Did you know any of the missing people?
I don't talk to a lot of people in town. Just here for business.
So, what city would be a city where people would disappear all the time? I would imagine it would be something like a huge New York City, where there's just so many people and the percentage of people that would just leave and never come back would be very high. Plus, the high cost of living would cause probably a lot of evictions and moving. I don't feel like a city like Scoggins, you would have that many missing people, even if it was snow incidents, bear attacks, or anything like that. I think there's just gonna be, based on just the small amount of people to start with, you couldn't have that many missing persons cases. Just raw numbers, I think, wins out there. Hidden people, let's ask about that.
What can you tell me about the hidden people?
I'm not into that anymore. The market dropped out on gnome figurines.
No, I mean real ones.
Real hidden people? Are you trying to catch me saying something crazy? Is this entrapment?
Are you okay, Steve? You seem tense.
I'm not tense. Lots of people have trouble sleeping. It doesn't mean anything.
How long have you had trouble sleeping?
Since the eraser factory reopened. Why?
Just asking.
Business. So I wonder if the hidden people are like brainwashing people to work at the eraser factory. Is it the case that the hidden people were always running the factory and they're using the humans as slave labor? That might be the case. Let's do
How's
this
business?
extra bonus.
I'm not into tchotchke smuggling anymore, if that's what you're asking.
No, I was just...
You can't prove anything.
Calm down.
Okay. It's that I just can't figure out this problem. Maybe you can help.
Transport the 4 animals across the river in as many trips as you need. Keep in mind the boat's weight limit and prevent the critters from eating each other. So this is a pretty commonly known puzzle. It seems like they're going to have a slightly different version on it, but not too much. The bear will eat the wolf will eat the mongoose will eat the snake, and the snake will eat the bear somehow. So it's a full circle. The boat has a weight limit of 201, and I think the Let's see. We're gonna have to figure this one out. First, I think you would move the bear over. What? I don't understand. The bear would eat the snake. The bear will eat the wolf. The mongoose will eat the snake. The wolf will eat the mongoose. What was this? While the animals are friendly, left unattended, they will eat each other. So, this one and this one, I believe, to start with. And then we move it over there. Then I move myself this way. And... I guess I need the snake to come back this way. And then we'll take the snake off and take the bear. And is that okay? No, because then the mongoose here will eat the snake. So do I need the wolf? So I can take the mongoose back. I wonder. The bear will eat the wolf. I'm doing a lot of trips here, and it's not counting them. Suppose I can do this. But now we have to kind of move everything back this way and switch it around like that. There we go. And we've got everything done. So we figured it out. Yeah, pretty common riddle there, although they don't usually have a weight limit. What they usually say instead of a weight limit is that you can only take 2 things, which would have removed 1 step there, because if I could have taken the bear and the mongoose in one of those steps instead of having to take the bear and then take the mongoose, it would have been slightly easier. But we got it done, so let's submit. I need to fail a puzzle 3 times, or at least twice, to make sure I get one of the achievements. Although I'm not going to really start working on the achievements until I'm done with the whole game. And I may not even bother to get them at all. What's the how on this one? Let's see. There are a number of ways to solve this one, and just a general explanation. So I kind of wish it had given it an exact pattern of movement there. And then he just blinks and then walks away without saying anything. It's really weird. Let's talk to him again, see if he has a second puzzle for us. We've been kind of low on puzzles up to this point. Nope, he doesn't.
Okay, good luck, Steve.
Yeah. Birds always hold as much as they can carry. Back home. Get back home.
So there's another piece of gum that spawned in the middle of that. Let's go talk to the waitress.
The foreman's wife, Glory Davner, is still working at the diner as if nothing's happened. Even though her husband's still missing, and the last time I saw her, she was using a chainsaw to try to drown me under a lake of ice. I still don't know how she's involved, but I'd better make it clear I'm only trying to help if I want to get any information.
So can I talk to her?
Mrs. Davner, Glory, I think Isaac must have been involved in something big.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Interesting. And so that's all she says. There's no real conversation there. Is it the same thing?
If you've got any information, it's not just a crime to keep quiet. It's preventing me from being able to help find your husband.
I don't know where Isaac is, honest. I'm sorry.
So, can we keep probing?
If you've got any information, it's not just a crime to keep quiet. It's preventing me from being able to help find your husband.
So it's gonna
I don't
repeat.
know where Isaac is, honest. I'm sorry.
So even in a game where I've applauded them for giving us this list of conversation pieces that get scratched out when there's no new information, they still manage to put a conversation in here that you have to click on at least one extra time to see that it repeats and that you haven't gained all the information possible. But if you'd only clicked on it once, you wouldn't have gotten that second line of conversation. So very weird. Very weird decision there, but pretty typical of point-click adventures. I guess we have to talk to the sheriff, even though I don't really want to.
Hello, Sheriff Bog.
Agent Tethers, what are you doing back in town? We got everything under control, and we don't
Yep.
need the FBI poking its...
Calm down, Sheriff. I'm just here on personal leave.
Well, I keep my eye on tourists just the same as FBI agents.
So his voice is still pretty bad, but I would say maybe slightly better than the previous game. But it's just a terrible, terrible voice acting. It doesn't sound like an actual voice actor is doing it. Doesn't sound like anybody thought what that character should sound like at all. Let's ask about the gunpoint.
When I filed my report with the Bureau, I left out the part about you holding me at gunpoint.
Come on, Tethers. I don't know how you boys do things in Washington, but out here, sometimes a man's gotta do what he's gotta do, even if it means drawing a gun on a fella.
What?
Why would you leave that part out? That's a very important part to leave in.
I hope you've started to take Bjorn's cult seriously. I'm convinced they're behind the disappearance of Isaac Davner.
What? That's crazy. The Brotherhood of Scoggins are valued members of this community. I'm not gonna let them be harassed by anybody, FBI or no.
I believe the hidden people have something to do with the incident at the factory.
Really?
Agent Tethers, please. Just because we don't live in some fancy city doesn't mean you can treat us like gullible yokels.
Let's ask about the missing persons. I assume that's how we get the file.
I've heard that Isaac Davner is only one of the people to go missing around Scoggins. What can you tell me about the other disappearances?
What can I tell you? Nothing. Sure, I got files on all the so-called missing persons, but I don't have to show them to any FBI man, especially one who's not here on official business.
Yep, he's
You've
useless.
been just as helpful as always, Sheriff Bog.
Glad to be of service, Agent Tethers. Enjoy your time in our town, and behave yourself.
Agent Tethers,
Ah!
we need to talk. Outside.
What did you need to talk about, Mrs. Davner?
It's about Isaac. He's not back yet. He's supposed to be back.
Let's ask about the chainsaw.
I warn you, Glory, that attacking an FBI agent with a chainsaw is a federal offense.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's just, you were going to stop the Brotherhood. I couldn't let you. Isaac needed to finish his journey.
Why are you worried about Isaac now? You're the one who helped them take him.
You don't understand. It was the only way to save him.
Save him?
Isaac was troubled. The Brotherhood offered us a way to cure him.
Interesting. So people get the whispers and what? The hidden people fix it?
How were the Brotherhood supposed to cure Isaac?
Some kind of spiritual thing, I guess. Neither of us really understood it, but we were desperate.
Do you have any idea where the hidden people would have taken Isaac?
The hidden people aren't real.
But I saw them taking Isaac away.
It's the Brotherhood. They lied.
So, yeah, it's like, do we believe what we're being told, that the hidden people actually aren't real? And that this Agent Tethers hallucinated the whole thing? Or maybe Agent Tethers went crazy, like it seems a lot of people around here go crazy for some other reason? Maybe there's some radio waves going into their brains or whatever. I mean, that's super pseudo-scientific there, but... or is it some kind of mass hysteria, or some kind of creation of a mass consciousness, so the hidden people became real because people believed in it? Let's keep asking questions. This is a much more interesting mystery than what was presented in the first game. The first game, it really didn't show us much of a mystery. It showed us gnomes, and it showed us puzzles, and it showed us a guy locked in the factory. And we never got any real actual, like, red herrings or sharp turns in other directions. So not very mysterious of a mystery. So I'm liking this story a lot better.
What do you mean when you say the Brotherhood lied?
Bjorn talked about finding peace by communing with forest spirits. I thought it was a... what's the word?
A metaphor?
No, a crock. But we'd try anything. And now Isaac's missing.
In the lodge, I saw a photo of you and Isaac with the rest of the Brotherhood.
They said they could help us. Help Isaac. But they've been taking people. They took Isaac. It's all my fault.
They took Isaac? Have you told the sheriff?
The sheriff knows. He's working with them.
Now we can say goodbye after we've had all the conversation.
Look, Glory, I'd like to stay and talk, but...
You've got to get the missing person files.
That's actually a good idea.
I'll make sure Sheriff Boggs stays in the diner. Find out anything you can about Isaac.
I finally got some help, more or less, in finding Isaac Davner. His wife, Glory, believes that the local cult is behind all the missing person cases in Scoggins. I'm going back to the sheriff's office to find out exactly what he's hiding in his files.
There's the repairman back.
Mr. Scruffman, you've been there the whole time.
So we've got a piece of gum right here. And it looks like one right there. Let's talk to Mr. Scruffman so we can get an optional puzzle, I suspect. Has to fix the sign again. He was fixing it in the first game.
That conversation between Glory and me was strictly confidential, you know. I know you'd like Isaac out of the way, but I'm going to find him.
If you say so.
See, I don't think Scruffman's really going to play any part in this story. He didn't play any part in the first one. So we run back to the sheriff's office, and since we don't really have an inventory, I don't think we're going to, like, throw a rock through the window or anything. This may just be an animation in which
The station is locked tight.
he
It looks like
grabs
the
it.
sheriff's interest in puzzles extends to office security.
This looks like a piece of gum. Do we see any other gum? Nope. And so we have to do this puzzle to get in the office. With one cut, remove all the obstructions to break down the sheriff's office door. Alright. This is the exact same puzzle, I think. Not just a similar puzzle. I think this is actually the exact same puzzle from the first game, just rotated 90 degrees and a new background. If that is the case, the solution was this. And that, I guess, isn't the case. In fact, this board here changes it. But it does seem like most of this puzzle is the previous thing. They must have started on one and then like changed it a little bit. It has to be this piece because of this tiny board. And so maybe right there would get it, but no. Maybe right there would get it, but no. We've got a problem here. Let's see, you have this tiny board right here, which almost assuredly means it has to be that. But then you've also got this chain over here. But you have chains on chains, so in theory, if you cut one chain, it would cut this other one free also. And then you have this board here that's on a chain. See, this feels like this has to be the solution. Now, it cuts almost everything except for this chain right here. But there's no way avoiding that. You have this board here and this board here, which means it could only really be this one or something like this. But that really doesn't address this one. So let's just submit. I needed to mess up one puzzle 3 times anyways. Let's see what happens. It gets accepted, so that was the right thing. And it's like, how? Makes a little bit of sense, but the chains on the door are dependent on the wood planks and won't hold if the planks are removed. The solution is to remove the wood planks. The chains won't block the door. Well, I guess that does solve that.
Aha!
There may have been
Now
a
to
different
find those
solution
missing
there.
persons files.
If all I had to do is get rid of all the wood planks. And you're just in this dark room, and I assume a hidden person's gonna show up, like either in the middle of this puzzle or after I get it. It seems like so set up for a jump scare. Help Nelson get to the other side of the room unseen. Drag the office furniture around to block the light sources and create a safe path for Nelson to walk through. Wait, why do I need to block the light sources? That seems ridiculous. We're playing Tetris here. Let's see. See, I don't follow the logic as to why I need it to be dark. It seems kind of pointless. Like an extra step for no reason. Trying to get this one here. This would be like solved. I mean, if it's just make a straight path, we can make a straight path. But why are we trying to block the light sources? Why are we trying to block them instead of have them to see? It really makes no sense. It can't be a scenario where I block that one we know is there, and this one I think goes down like this, and this one has to be over here. That's what I'm guessing. But the problem is getting this one free. Maybe I can do something along the lines of this. I think I almost need a hint, not because I don't know what to do, but because I just don't know how to maneuver these things to do what I want to do. And everything I'm attempting ends up with this connection here that blocks this piece from getting over there. I don't see a puzzle solution. Give me a hint. Blocking the light in the lower right corner to the room is key. We had already figured that out. The easy chair should end up in the top right of the room. We'd already figured that out. This is the solution. We'd already figured that out. Let's start again. Maybe there's something I did at the very beginning that started like a cycle of mistakes that I'm locking myself into. Apparently that is exactly the case. Fine. Submit. So he saw the furniture and moved out of the way. He just didn't want to be in the light. For some reason. Weird. That gets us a grade D, passable. The key is to get the upside down L couch to the lower right side of the room. Yeah, we figured that out. Let's go forward. Are we gonna have a jump scare?
Hello, Agent Tethers.
Not really.
Cripes! Sheriff Bog! How long have you been standing?
Randall Scruffman told me you might be paying my office a visit.
I'm sorry, it's just... I really needed to see how bad this missing person problem is.
Everything I got about missing people is in those files.
Thanks.
He just kind of lets you take him, I guess. So, all of a sudden now we're in the room and it's lit up and it's a new area to explore a little bit. We've got a puzzle, we've got conversation.
I wonder if the rest of the Scoggins police force is as competent as Sheriff Bog.
Apparently there's more police force that they could have. Get her done. So how many puzzles have we done? We've done 9 puzzles. We've used 9 hints. We've almost cost them $1 million in taxpayer funds. And every puzzle up to missing persons has been done. So it may very well be a more chronological path here. And there may be bonus puzzles too, so it wouldn't even surprise me if we only did like 20 in the main story and then the rest were bonus. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.